Hello and welcome to Sullivan Stones video shopping channel. Today we have this 8-piece flat of chlorite-included green Colombian quartz clusters. This is a new find out of Colombia. This happens to be a grade A flat. There's some really great pieces here that have some very nice color, some really nice crystal formations, and really, for the most part, relatively minimal matrix, which is of course part of the reason why they're grade A's. So I'm just going to show you each of these individually, up close and personal, to help you decide if this is the right flat for you. And as always, if you have any additional questions after watching the videos, you're welcome to message us and we'll do our best to answer those questions. And or if there are particular pieces that you'd like to get more detailed pictures or videos of. A very common feature with all of this chlorite green quartz is the very superfine needle cluster formations. And honestly, you know, at first glance, most people are like, that's too fragile. We're never going to be able to handle that. People are going to break it. Can't ship it. Well, we have news for you. The good news is that they're actually not as entirely fragile as they seem to be. They are relatively stable. And if you're concerned about them reaching you with everything intact, have no fear. This is what we do professionally. We managed to get all these from Colombia without issue, so they've already traveled quite a distance successfully. And actually, a lot of these have already been on the road. We've had some of these on the show circuit this summer. So we will also happily give you some guidance as to how you personally can pack and ship them if you have your own online business or, you know, need to ship out to customers in any way. Like, this is a gorgeous cluster. Look how absolutely clear those needles are, and such a really nice saturation of the chlorite inclusions. So most of the pieces in this box are going to be somewhere between 200 to 300 grams plus or minus each. So they're really nice, you know, they're a good size, not too small, but also not so overbearing. Just look at some of the really nice, like, look at the little phantom guy there. Beautiful. This one has terrific color. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, they do have a little bit of a matrix, but really, relatively speaking, it's not really worthy of mention. You're paying mostly for crystal, which is always a good thing. This happens to be a super piece simply because you've got these really nice long points that are coming straight out of these clusters, which really makes it much more of an aesthetic piece. But even, you know, at the end here, even these clustered pieces, they're really lovely. And I've handled quite a bit of this chlorite-included quartz already, and this is a very common growth pattern that we're seeing, where you're, you know, having the crystals grow on both sides of the matrix rock, which really makes for an aesthetic, you know, interesting aesthetic presentation. And we actually have had some pass through here already where one side of the cluster is completely, you know, densely chlorite included, just as you're seeing here. But then on the other side of the matrix, it's completely clear quartz. It's crazy how it grows like that, but it really makes for a very interesting conversation piece. And the other thing that we see a lot with these is these little caves, if you will. So they're really a feast for the eyes. Definitely pieces that you can spend some time with and always see something new with each time you pick them up. And that one there, that's about 230 some odd grams. So for this 8-piece flat, if you are interested in purchasing it, feel free to give us a call. The phone number is on our website, and or feel free to give us a direct message. Again, there's a link for us on the website. You're welcome to take a screenshot if you are not sure how to identify the flat. But when all else fails, feel free to use the ID number that we assigned to them. This particular one is IFDQ822. The total weight of this flat is 1.973 kilos, and this can be ready to ship to you very quickly.